Welcome back. Well, breaking news just come in. We've been covering, of course, for you, the Northwest Shelf. This is the gas project in WA. It has been extended, so this was the expectation. So the life of this project now goes from 2030, that was its previous approval, out to 2070. We have heard this week the Prime Minister talk about the fact that gas is needed, even as we transition to renewables. It's worth noting as well, environmental laws Labor was seeking to pass before the election alluded to, or we're going to include, overall emissions and climate as a condition, as a factor of consideration to projects that never passed. That's no longer something they're seeking to pass. So that is one factor, even though environment groups wanted it to be considered, was not part of the decision. All right, let's get live reaction from this decision by Murray Watt, the Environment Minister, from Kira Haynes. She's been live in Karratha. Kira, talk me through what you're hearing where you are there.
Good afternoon, Tom. So I was actually just with the Mayor just a moment ago, Dan Scott, who was talking up the benefits of this gas project here in Karratha. He was talking up there's about 180 people who live locally and who work for Woodside. So he was talking up the jobs, the benefit it has for local business. As you said, this is breaking news. Murray Watt has approved this application by Woodside, but it is under strict conditions. Woodside has 10 days to decide whether they approve of his strict conditions, which we aren't completely clear of yet, and then Murray Watt will make his final decision. So it's certainly not through and through over, but environmental groups, this might not come as a huge surprise to them. I've been speaking to them over the last few weeks and months, and they have felt as though this was the decision that Murray Watt would make, but they were making their final pitch in the coming days to try and get Murray Watt to delay his decision until he had more consultation. So Woodside will have 10 days to look at these conditions put forward by Murray Watt, and if they decide, then Murray Watt will confirm it, and this project will be renewed until 2070. Tom? Yeah,
so as you walk through there, those various conditions, we'll see what they are exactly and as to approval. And obviously one of the points of consternation has been Aboriginal rock art in the area. There was this interesting rejection from UNESCO to make it a World Heritage Site, essentially because it's an industrialised area now.
Yeah, that's right, Tom. So this was also just breaking news just a moment ago, and I also asked the Mayor about that. Although he does approve of this Murray Watt's decision to approve, he wants Woodside's project in the Northwest Shelf to continue. He did say that he believes that Raylene Cooper's from Save Our Songlines, her application to have federal protection for the ancient rock art here that surrounds the Northwest Shelf, he says that that should be approved. The Mayor here was saying that you can do both. You can approve the Northwest Shelf and you can also give federal protection to this rock art, and he said it's a huge shame that that World Heritage listing application has been pushed back, and so I'll be spending some time this afternoon with Raylene Cooper again and going to visit that rock art, which I'll bring you more of that vision and information tomorrow from my experience there. But yeah, certainly no one seems happy about that UNESCO decision.
Yeah, for different reasons. Okay, well, we'll let you go off and digest that and get more reaction. So just repeating that breaking news, the Northwest Shelf project, this Woodside gas project, extended from 2030. That was the end date that was slowly approaching, out to 2070. It was an application, that extension that they took some years ago. So it's been, as a lot of these things are, in the approval or the intermediary process for quite some number of years. But that's the decision by Murray Watt. We'll see what Woodside makes of it.